Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you daily Tesla analysis for the rest of September on a day-by-day basis. We'll be presenting it in this newsletter format. This is a PDF file that you can actually download off wickedstocks.com if you wanted to have these support and resistance levels with you each and every day. I'll be going through all these charts in a moment. This is really the start of an indefinite lasting series of daily YouTube videos that Wicked Stocks will be putting out. We'll be doing Tesla for the month of September. The month of October is yet to be determined. We may take a vote on that later in September to see what you have to say about that in terms of what stock you would like to see on a day-by-day basis. They would be higher volume day trade stocks that are popular in the day trade community. But I just want to mention that not only are we showing day trades, but my analysis breaks it down into time horizons, day trades, 3 to 5 day swing trades, 2 to 3 week to 3 to 5 week position trades, and longer term, near term investing that can play out over several months. And I'm showing all of that here. Let's start. I like to start with the big picture and work my way in. And if you just click on the upper left chart, any of these charts are clickable and then they open up. And then you can see the support and resistance levels on the right. Just so you know, 268.59, as you can see, a rising channel bottom that covers, from the low of last May. We did test that Thursday of last week. It can contain selling through September, and above which you can make the case for a 340.30 target that would be realizable, I'd say, by the end of October or so. Now, there's no real clear buy signal at play. It's just that we're testing meaningful 3 to 4 month channel support that can contain monthly selling pressures, and above which this market can stabilize, recover nicely, and as we move into October trade, that 340.30 descending channel top in reach. I'll give you the signal for that in just a moment, at least the clear 2 to 3 week buy signal. But working our way up, you can see we have minor points, 272.65, 77.58, 281.87, if tested today, can contain at least initial intraday buying, quite possibly for the day itself. And if we were to push above 281.87, and I think that's a long shot, but if so, 286.90 potentially in reach. 286.90, I'll show you here, is a descending channel top over the last several weeks, 3 weeks or so. If tested, able to contain session strength. And we could fall off from 286.90 back to 268.59 within several days. That 268.59 to 286.90 area, these formations here shown, is sort of your 3 to 5 day swing trade as well. Buying 68.59, selling 86.90, buying 68.59. These levels are changing on a daily basis, and I'll be apprising you of their exact location through the week and really through the month of September. And if we close above 286.90, good weekly low, we should, over the span of the following 3 to 5 days, could be much quicker within just a couple of days, reach 303.79. And that is our meaningful weekly resistance. You can see here I have weighted as a 3-star level, able to contain buying, say, through next week, and from there we could fall back to 268.59 within several weeks. So the 268.59 to 303.79 area, that is our 2 to 3 week time horizon. For those of you who like to trade, multi-week positions, buying 268.59, selling 303.79, buying 268. And when I say selling 303.79, I mean not just liquidating a long position, but perhaps if you're savvy with options, out of the money puts at that point in time around 270 even. If we're testing 303.79, you could consider buying, say, 270 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least several weeks. I think you catch my drift. And it would be the settlement above 303.79 that is not expected this week and may not occur all the way through the rest of September trade. As I mentioned, we could trade inside this narrowing wedge between 268.59 and 303.79 for the next several weeks. But closing above 303.79 would tell me that we're probably 2 to 3 weeks away from reaching this 340.30 long-term channel top, where we could actually top out through the rest of the year and fall off from there through the fourth quarter. And of course, closing above 340.39 would be a meaningful long-term buy signal, and I'm not even going to go there right now because that's beyond the scope of this daily analysis. Now let's take a look at the downside. 268.59. If we break 68.59 266.15, 64.21 minor support levels. We could fall all the way to 260.76 on an intraday basis if we break or open today below 268.59. And then closing today below 268.59 would set us up to test our next meaningful support area. By the way, if you click this bottom bull icon, it's not here right now. It's not on this page, but if you click the bottom of this page, here it is. If we were to close below this 268.59 channel bottom, then I would anticipate this rising 2/3 speed line, which I use for trend identification a lot in my work, and I have for years. And you cannot ignore the 250.93 level. So I could frame this picture here as 268.59, able to contain selling into October, and above which we can, by the end of October, rally up to that 340.30 level. Not until we close below 250.93 do I see a meaningful sell signal into October trade. So stable to bullish above 268.59 and to decidedly bearish below 250.93 as we look ahead to October trade. Closing today below 268.59 sets us up for a test this week, probably within 2 to 3 days, of that 250.93 rising 2/3 speed line. And that is a level that is also in close correlation with that former high at 254.97 in July. And there was a gap following that. We gapped above it, as you can see, in later July. And so it's a meaningful symbolic level. I do have it listed as a minor point only, but if we close below 268.59, once again, 3 to 5 day target down to 250.93, where we could bottom out into, possibly through October trade, possibly the rest of the year, and from here back up to 340.30 within 2 to 3 months of testing 250.93. But closing below 250.93 is sort of a get out of the way sell signal, and I would then anticipate I think this weekly chart actually shows, I'm going to show the daily chart here. I would anticipate within 3 to 5 weeks of closing below 250.93, a test of that May 206.85 low. But I think there's more to come where that came from, if you will. If we close below 250.93, I do think you should anticipate this channel bottom that on the weekly chart comes in at 193.76. Now, if you've been a follower of wickedstocks.com for some time, you know that in the spring we were showing this channel bottom as having in May able to contain quarterly selling pressures, and from there we can turn up, and that is what we have been doing until just a few weeks ago, of course. And so it would be in reach again. We tested it amply in May and June. We slipped below this formation on a weekly basis, but we never closed below it. So bottom line here, closing below 250.93 does set us up for, I'm going to say, a 1 to 2 month downside target at 193.76. This channel structure once again able to contain selling on a quarterly, possibly annual basis. I'm going to leave you with this image here and all the support and resistance levels that I show. Once again, we are stable to bullish this week above 268.59. Good bottom picking territory even into October trade, and above which 286.90 in reach within the week, where we could top out on at least a daily basis, and if settled above should yield 303.79 within a matter of days, where by that point in time we can top out through next week. And if settled above 303.79 would then, yes, indeed, indicate 340.30 within 2 to 3 weeks. Inversely, closing below 268.59 today does indicate 250.93. Where is that? Right here, within 3 to 5 days, where we could bottom out into October and is our significant downward pivot point into later year. Then anticipating the 190s within a month or two of doing so. I think I'll leave it at that. I don't like to let these run on for more than 10 minutes. We're over 9 as it is. And I'll be back tomorrow. Free YouTube analysis in Tesla through the rest of September every single day. Please click like and please click subscribe every single time you watch one of these. It really helps us with the following. We want to grow the YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. And I'll just leave it at that for Tuesday's Tesla Report.